In related news, several more protests were held across the island over protesting against this burning issue.
The residents of Mullathiyana, led by Deputy Minister of Economic Development Lakshmi Abebewardena, also raised their voices on behalf of the country.
Only the people can change the president or the government of this country. External forces cannot do this. We will work against any external force which attempts to do so.
The people of Kantale, led by Deputy Minister of Buddha Sasana, MKAD Eskunuwadana, protested under the theme, "We will give our lives but not the country."
Qatar has in fact declared a sports day on
The people of Dambulla took to the streets in this manner, stating that they are prepared to face any obstacle placed before the country. The people of Katana too rallied to the country under the leadership of Parliament President Sudarshini Fernando Pulle.
The chief prelates of the three main Buddhist sects have issued a joint communique calling on the citizens of Sri Lanka to unite against enemy forces. The chief prelate's joint communique states that Western forces are attempting to disrupt the harmony in the country and destroy the economy at a time it is attempting to achieve reconciliation following the end of the war.
The joint release calls on all citizens to disregard religious, ethnic and political differences and to unite in order to face this challenge. The chief prelates point out that going against our own government citing temporary economic issues at a time such as this will affect the country adversely. The chief prelates added that the people of Sri Lanka lived in peace, protecting human values through the influence of Buddhism even before Western nations introduced the concept of human rights. The joint communique had been issued by Venerable Tibbatuwave Sri Sumangala Thera of the Malwatu chapter, Venerable Udugama Sri Buddharakita Thera of the Askiri chapter, Venerable Vevardhaniye Medalankara Thera of the Ramanya sect, and Venerable Daldena Jnanisara Thera of the Amarapura sect. Meanwhile, issuing a communique, the Archbishop of Colombo, Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit, states that presenting a resolution against Sri Lanka by the United States government at the United Nations Human Rights Council sessions in Geneva and the support given to that move by certain Western countries amounts to meddling with the sovereignty and integrity of Sri Lanka. Cardinal Ranjit requests the government to take immediate action to implement the recommendations of the Lessons Learnt and Reconciliation Commission report in order to provide an authoritative reply to this unwarranted interference.
Now, various views are being expressed on the draft resolution against Sri Lanka that is to be presented at the 19th Human Rights Council session in Geneva. Let's take a look at some of these views.
We
need unity for this. This is a time when the people of the country need to rise up disregarding ethnic, religious and political differences.
There
are only two types of people, those who love the nation and those who do not love the nation. The people who hate this country have joined forces and are attempting to put the country in a difficult situation. We may have different political ideologies, but the time has come for us to unite as Sri Lankans. The short-sighted policies of the government allowed other nations to poke their fingers in our issues. The United National Party does not favor any international force interfering with the country's sovereignty. Only the government can solve this issue. The opposition and the people cannot do this. Therefore, the government needs to act diplomatically and according to a strategy. They should not be conducting dramas.
එහෙම නැතුව මේ විවිධ සංදර්ශන සහ නාටකම් ප්‍රදර්ශනය කිරීම නොවේ කියන එක අපි කවුරුත් පිළිගන්න කාරණයක්.
ඇමරිකා එක්සත් ජනපදයේ සැප්තැම්බර් මාසයේ
Following the September 11 attacks on America, the United States took the lead in destroying terrorism. This is a country which was dedicated to the values of democracy and human rights. It is ironic that such a country is bringing forward proposals on violation of human rights and war crimes. These are not the honest deeds of these countries or the United States. These steps have been taken to fulfill the needs of the LTTE. We can now see that we need to launch an unarmed war with the international community from this point on. We will be able to win this economic battle only if we achieve victory in this war. As they are unable to reduce the prices of fuel and as they are unable to stop corruption, they are now trying to divert the attention of the public by speaking on Geneva. We have a responsibility to inform the people that because of Ranil Wickremesinghe's actions, the leaders of the armed forces, the president or the prime minister cannot be brought before a military tribunal. America, which is a world power, has been unable to defeat terrorism in the world. They have been defeated everywhere. Those who face defeat in defeating terrorism have much hatred towards us who defeated terrorism. We have distanced ourselves from most of the countries that we deal with. We cannot solve this issue by conducting protests and berating these nations. We need to use our heads and act smart. It is the people who will have to pay the price. Just because we do not drape a national flag around our necks does not mean that we don't love this country. We work actively for this country.
Still coming up later on in the news bulletin.
I love the movies. Welcome to the biggest movie event of the year.
We're going to have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.
And the Oscar goes to Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, The Dark Knight, Sean Penn.
Still in local news, the 14th census on population and housing in Sri Lanka commenced today. The census began by counting the name of the first citizen, the president and his family members.
The census will be conducted island-wide after a lapse of 30 years. The Director General of the Department of Census and Statistics, DBP, Suranjana Widyaratne, explained to the President how the census on population and housing in Sri Lanka would be conducted. She noted that the latest information technology methods will be used to computerize the data gathered during the census. 16,000 state officials, including Grama Niladhari officers, are to be deployed as supervising officers for the census, while 80,000 individuals from divisional secretariats will be used on temporary basis. The 2012 census on population and housing, which commenced today, will go on till the 19th of March.
You're watching Primetime News on MTV Sports. Time now for Action TV.
Around 300 families residing in the Paranavatta Road in Kerawalapitiya, which comes under the purview of the Vattala Pradeshiya Sabha, are compelled to work a night shift in order to obtain water necessary for their daily activities.
With these children, we are greatly inconvenienced without water. We have to collect water till around 1 or 2 in the night. We have to wake up at 2 a.m. and fill water. There is water only outside. We wash our clothes at 2 a.m. There is no water to bathe. With these children, we bathe at 2 a.m.
These residents have been inconvenienced without water for 7 months as the underground water pipes of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board burst from time to time and repairs have been delayed. Even though water has been leaking from certain areas for 2 to 3 months, action is yet to be taken to repair these pipes.
We cannot go to work on time and can't send our children to school on time. No matter how much we complain, they don't come to inspect this.
I know there's a problem related to water here. We can't dig this place because the pipe is buried about 8 feet underground. This area receives water only at night. A problem has arisen due to the broken pipes.
Even though immediate action has not been taken by the National Water Supply and Drainage Board to provide a solution to this problem, a problem that has been acknowledged by the chairman of the Pradeshya Sabha himself, there is no delay in sending the monthly water bill by the board.
They don't come to our homes and check the meter. They write it on the road. If they check our meters, we will not have to pay such high charges as we don't use so much water.
Shouldn't immediate steps be taken to provide a solution to the water crisis faced by the residents of the Paranavath Road in Keravelipitia for nearly 7 months, even when they pay for their water? Chairman of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, this is over to you.